Welcome to Heavy Petting with Cheri Hardman. Today's guest is Ted Mullaney. Hey, Ted.
How are you, Cheri?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. I hear you have some friends there with you.
Yes, I've got Ricky over here who's about to go bother Lucy. He's a jealous type.
Ah.
He's a jealous type. He's the younger one. We had gotten Lucy about 3 years ago now.
Uh-huh.
3 years ago. We had an older cat and who had been my dad's, and he's passed since, and we got Ricky to come and but he's become the kind of, he wants to play all the time and drive her crazy. She's kind of skittish.
She looks pretty calm right now.
She just got a belly rub, and she
So
ate.
are they both the same age?
There's about a year difference.
Okay.
She's about what is it about? She's about 2.5, 3, and he's about 2.
Mm-hmm.
And he does. Can you see the scratching post?
Oh, nice. Got the fancy cat condo there.
Yeah, and they can look out the window. But I also let them outside, in the backyard mostly. They don't really go far.
Right. Have you always had cats, like, your life, or?
I've always had cats. I've had some other animals on and off, but I've always had cats from the time I was really young.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I've had other animals. A parakeet my father caught outside of my elementary school. I've had a dog that I've brought home stray or from time to time.
Right.
But I've always had cats.
Mm-hmm.
2 now, and I've had up to 3. I just that's a lot though.
Yeah, but they're a nice low maintenance pet.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love all animals. I'm really good.
Mm-hmm.
I really do, and but especially the cats. Like you said, walking a dog, and these days there is no just leaving it behind. You got to pick it up. So
Right.
changing a litter box is not a big deal.
Well, you could go on vacation and leave the cats for a couple days. You can't do that with dogs.
Yeah, wait, I've never been one to do that, but yeah, I know people that
Mm-hmm.
can do that. Mine would they're kind of high maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Ricky actually, he'll eat some cat food, but he doesn't like any dry, and he'll eat wet. But otherwise, he's a chicken, turkey, or fish guy.
Oh, they're spoiled cats.
Oh yeah. He is.
Yes.
She is a bit too. She weighs it. Knock it off, Ricky. Yeah.
All right. So if they could give you a review as a pet owner, what would they say?
Well, I think they're giving me a grade A review.
Sounds like it.
Lucy, my mom lives with us, and so Lucy takes to her a lot, but she comes to me. She wants the belly rubs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Ricky, like I said, he's got the high life. We got him from the shelter, and Lucy, I had adopted from a veterinarian's office.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they always got fresh food, fresh water, and plenty of snacks. And yeah, I spoil them rotten.
Well, good. I'm glad. All right. Are you ready to switch over and start talking about people now?
Sure. I was giving this some thought after what you said when I asked you what the topics would be the other day.
Right. So, heavy petting. You may be old enough to know this. That back in the day, that's what we called like making out or going to second or third base.
Yeah.
The kids don't use heavy petting anymore, but just a euphemism. As far as this show goes, it encompasses anything from dating to sex to love to relationships So I was wondering if you had any heavy petting stories that you'd like to share with us.
Well, that's a good question. Like I said, I was giving it some thought. So I kind of went back to my original, I guess my first real girlfriend, in high school. And, that's kind of, I can remember, being a kid, I think she was a little bit more experienced than I was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not using any names.
Yeah.
I don't want to use any names, from uh, from what I understand. She's a pretty big corporate person these days. So I won't use any names for lack of anything gets out. I don't think she's on social media, but we don't want to do that. But like I said, I think she was a little bit more experienced than I was. I think she was waiting for me to make my move. And I can remember us making out in her house because her mom, she wasn't actually allowed to date,
Oh.
but she dated. And we were after school. We were at her house, and she basically forced me to make the move.
Mm.
She was pushing that hand up to the top level.
Got it. Well,
And
so it worked, huh?
yeah, it worked. It was it was good while it lasted. It didn't
Uh-huh.
last long, but it was as far as just it was a first I think, well, obviously first base, but that was second base.
Mm-hmm.
Second base. And that was, I think that was it there for
Mm-hmm.
that. Third came, I think, third base came with my next girlfriend, and home run came later, much later.
That's how we used to do it, man.
I know kids today, I don't even want to think about it,
Yeah. Yeah, they go straight. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think they go way faster than we did.
Some do, I think. I think some do. I think
Mm-hmm.
they watch too much, especially the young boys. I think pornography is very well, easily available.
That's true. We didn't have that back in the day. You had to find your dad's magazines and that kind of stuff.
Well, for me, I didn't have much problem with that. My dad actually, my this is maybe, my dad was actually he read Playboy, and when I say read it, he actually read it. I know that's the old thing. Oh yeah, you're
For the
reading it.
articles. Yeah.
He actually read. He actually read it, believe it or not. So they were around the house without a problem. My mom didn't have a problem with it. But so they were readily available for me. But like you said,
Mm-hmm.
anything beyond that, uh, they got it on all on the internet now. And back then the first porno movie I ever saw was like at a friend's house. A bunch of us were staying over at his house that night, and they had a porn. Uh, on I don't even remember if it was on a VHS or actually a projector. I don't remember. I only had one friend who had a VHS at that time, and it was actually a Betamax.
Ah, I went and saw Deep Throat in the theater.
Did you?
Not when it first came out, but yeah, like
Oh,
maybe like 1980. That was my first porn. So interesting. So where do you live? Where are you located?
I live in Georgia, basically the suburbs of Atlanta, about 25 miles northeast of Atlanta. It's
Oh,
called the area is called Lawrenceville. That's not even, it's I live in unincorporated, so it's not the town of Lawrenceville, but that's my
that's
my that's my postal address.
that's not a southern accent that I'm hearing though.
No, it's not. I'm born and raised Queens, New York.
Ah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I came down here about the end of 2001.
Well, you must like it because you're still there.
Yeah, yeah, we're still here.
It's kind of sweaty down there, though.
Uh, hell yeah, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
And if you hell my I can know my wife's gynecologist told her one time, she said, you know, you got a yeast infection. Welcome to Georgia.
Yeah, it's pretty, it's damp down there. All right, so what is the best compliment anyone's ever given your naked body?
Wow. Naked body. Damn, I don't, sheesh. Oh, I have a nice ass.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
Or at least I used to, anyway.
Yeah. Well, we can all dream. As long as you don't look behind you, you still do, right? All right, so do you have anything that you want to promote? Is there anything you want to tell the world about?
I'm not really. I'm just, you just called and I answered the call. And not really promoting anything right now. Just
I got you. No, we're all just kind of stuck right now. I don't have anything to promote either, so I get you. But all right. Well, that's it. We're good.
Oh, well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad you
got the number. I hope it did all right.
You did great. I'm glad you called in, and to make sure I didn't forget any questions. No, we got it all. All right. Well, thank you very much. I'll let you know when we're going to put this one out.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Thank
Talk
you.
to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What's on her mind? She's a big, big girl in a skinny woman's world. Now she's a big, big girl in a skinny woman's world. Now she's a big, big girl. Big, big girl.